I'm so weak. Let me count the ways. Let's write a list of my weaknesses. Then let's write a list of my strengths. In my mind, my weaknesses will probably far outpace my strengths. I've done that before. I've put down before in some classes and stuff, positives and negatives about your life. I'm weak. Are you? Do you have weaknesses? I think we all do. We can't help it. It's part of life. We sit here and we cry out to God. I'm weak. I can't do that. I can't do this. Help me, God. Help me, help me, help me. One of the great things about admitting your weakness, about coming to the realization that you can't do everything, is you begin to focus more on your strengths. Well, I could do this. Well, I could go about it this way. I'm better at this aspect of getting something done. I'm stronger in personal relationships than I am making phone calls and this and that. I need to talk to people face to face, or I'm much better at a distance, typing emails, doing this and that. I'm weak. There's areas of our lives, not all of us are athletes. We can't run as fast as the next guy. Some of us are height restricted, like me. You're short. You're a short dude. And you got a little too much weight on you. I've tried to play football. I wasn't big enough. I did a lot of punt returns and kickoffs and stuff like that. I'm weak. But you know what? I believe, and the Word of God speaks in our weaknesses, there is strength. Because we make other aspects of our life stronger. Because we know after a while that, okay, well, I can't approach it this way, but I can get it done in this way. And one of the great things about the Word of God and God just being in our lives is through Him, through God, our weaknesses can be overcome. I'm a very closed-in person. I'm not real explosive. I'm not real energetic. I'm not an outgoing individual. I'm very closed in, but God has given me the ability to turn on a switch to be able to talk and preach and do all these things and talk to people on the street. And that's only through God. Joel doesn't have that built-in ability. That's by me surrendering to Him and saying, okay, Lord, I don't know how to preach. Okay, Lord, I don't know how to do out. Okay, Lord, I don't know how to talk to people one-on-one and witness and train and do all these things. So it's only through you, God, that I'm going to be capable of doing this. Your weakness, when you go before the Father, can transform if you allow God to work in your life, if you apply the Word of God, if you believe that God can do all things through you. Through me? In my doubt and insecurities and fears and our stress. You can fix that, Lord. You can work through me. He can and does. But one of the things we have to do is admit our weakness. I'm weak and strong at the same time. Isn't that a beautiful thing? It's like when someone is blind or can't hear or loses a limb, the other parts of the body begin to be more in tune, to begin to be more sensitive to the aspects and what's going around them. You begin to hear better when you're blind. When you can't speak, you're paying attention. You're seeing all these different things. When you can't see out of one eye, the other eye is much more focused. When you lose an arm or a leg, many times the rest of your body will compensate for that loss. God will compensate us for our losses. And we still might not be the tallest. I have short people issue, okay? Believe it. We still might not be the strongest. But darn it, we can get things done because we know God can provide us a wisdom and a direction and a path for us to follow. That God will give me strength to persevere and be committed and determined to get the project done, whatever it may be. Because I've surrendered. Because I put it in God's hand and say, okay, Lord, I'm willing to do the work. You take care of the rest. I'm weak, but I'm strong. You're weak, but you're strong. You got to say, Lord, this is what you got. This is all you got. The rest of it has to be done through you. The rest of it has to be done through you. Don't just write a list of your weaknesses and focus on that. Get that list, hold it up to God, and say, all right, Lord, let's work on some strengths. Let's get me stronger. I give all this stuff to you.